Yeah, we got.
We might not see Jeremy. Oh, there you are. Yeah, we've got all 5 here.
All right.
So whether we consider it a new tonight or not, we can meet the requirement.
All right, everybody, Greg's on his way. My opinion is I always like to have our CPA here if there are questions, but if we do it right, we don't need to go back through all of those things because I think he does such a nice package and goes through it so thoroughly each time that we've had the necessary presentation of all the financials of all 3 prior sessions. And that brings us to our wrap up of we've had 3 public hearings, and like I said when we started is, we're going to do 3 public hearings where we present these materials, present it out to each of you, take any comments or questions back from anyone in the public. We haven't had a lot of public interaction, you know. I've had sessions where a room like this would be a nice start for the first wave of people that want to come and talk, because it's been a very collegial and friendly discussion between the department and the 2 units of figuring out how to address the local issues of put on fire and how to look at how you fit in things you hear and I've heard and things of how the county is thinking about doing fire, and there seems to be interest and desire to handle things locally. So I think what we do in this session is a public meeting, still jointly of the 2 units, and anybody want to make a statement, anybody want to ask me a question, anybody want to ask questions back and forth, anybody want to ask any questions of the department, we'll do the best we can to answer it. If we have a specific levy, budget, financial question, we'll do charades or Pictionary or something for 7 or 8 minutes, and we'll let the CPA roll in, and then we'll have Greg answer if I'm not able. But I also want to let you know too, having been at literally probably thousands of public hearings, just because we're having a public hearing or public meeting doesn't necessarily mean we have to fill the space if the 2 groups are satisfied. If I know you didn't come into this without a lot of thought before you began the process, some of you may have been ready to vote and wrap this up about halfway through the second session, but you had to go through the second and the third. If anybody has, wants to say something about the territory, wants to ask a question, wants to present anything, by all means, now is the time to do it because you can talk to each other. If you feel confident as the township board or the council, your moves are this. You may make a motion, and that motion is to accept the ordinances or resolution, as the case may be, to enter into the fire territory arrangement. If both units enter into that arrangement, we're going to have a very short second session, and that is to accept the equipment replacement fund. Now, if you don't adopt the territory, who cares about the equipment replacement fund? We don't make an equipment replacement fund if we don't have the territory. And we'll talk a little bit about the equipment replacement fund if the territory is adopted. If both are adopted, we'll set up some sort of buffet line here real quick, because even with 2 units, I've got to get 10 signatures, or no, 11 signatures. I need a lot of signatures on a lot of documents, and I need to make sure I walk away with those, because then for you, for this process, you're kind of at the end, and then the territory takes over. For me, I'm kind of at halftime. Then I start dealing with the state, with Greg's help as well. Any questions, any thoughts, concerns, feelings, anything for the good of the order anybody wants to discuss or state? Hearing nothing, anybody want to make a motion? I think I left my quarter at home. I did have to do this one time in Clayton, Indiana, and I threatened them, and either one of you are going to do something or I'm flipping a coin. So if any of the units, members of the board, want to make a motion concerning the territory, by all means, you may make a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt the ordinance for the fire territory.
Okay.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded.
She just seconded it.
It was moved and seconded. So does the council want to vote?
Does the council, is unanimous consent for the council to consider this ordinance tonight, because we're considering it introduced tonight, or arguably it is?
Okay.
Everyone consents to it being adopted tonight? Okay.
Yes.
And you can call for a
You
vote.
guys wanna, all in favor of the fire territory ordinance, say aye. Aye. It's unanimous.
None opposed? Township?
So move the township adopt a resolution to join the Jackson Morgantown Fire Territory.
I second it.
Second, moved and second. Vote. All in favor?
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, you're in a former territory, provided I can run through the gauntlet of DLGF. Okay, next issue, we're gonna have a very brief public hearing. Just say we had public hearings, because we were noticed for this second bit of business, but, I think FSG does such a good job that, if you recall, you know, if you went down to one page out of this whole packet, this Exhibit D is kind of the snapshot of what your financial view is going to be of the composition or the stack of your levy. And the middle tier is empty because there's no debt. And there's none on the books now and none planned. And then the bottom tier is what Brad always likes to call his 3 1/3 pennies. And the 3 1/3 pennies is the equipment replacement fund. It's been that rate for, decades. And that's your equipment replacement fund. That's only for tangible physical things. Capital buildings, roofs, tires, apparatus, breathers, cascade machines, stuff. Not for overhead, not for benefits, not for perf, not for training, not for intangibles. And so we are required to do this short public hearing. Does anybody have any comments, thoughts, or feelings that haven't been covered in the first 3 sessions? Because Greg really weaves it in really well in the total financial picture. I don't know why you would separate it like they do, but they do. So we're happy to answer any questions you might have about the equipment replacement fund. If there are no comments or questions or statements anybody wants to make, same issue. Either one of the units can make a motion to adopt the equipment replacement fund for the new territory.
Mark Sixteen, Township Advisory Board, so moved.
Moved? Seconded? Call for a vote for the township?
Aye.
Aye.
None opposed, so the township votes to approve the equipment replacement fund. That leaves the town.
I'll make a motion to approve the equipment replacement fund.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded?
Do all our council members consent to the ordinance being adopted this evening, the same night that it's introduced? Unanimous consent?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous.
Great. Okay, we're going to do this a little different because the last time I did it, it was an absolute free-for-all over at Eastern Green. Everybody's flying all around, so I think I'm going to have people come up from each unit one at a time. Trustee, I'm going to have you come last because I got a little extra for you to do. Penny, if you're here, I want you to come up and sign first for your parts. And you've got your stuff on the board up there on the other. Is she here?
Yeah.
Right here.
Come on up. I want you to come. We're going to make lines. There's the meeting part is we're a little informal.
Got a lot.
It's my sign and my line. Yeah, you are.
It's a format, Penny, where all the council members are signing rather than just the president.
So what am I signing?
They were. Well, you just
For financial questions, what you just we've got pens and I'll have you sign. This is the intro. There's a sign there for the intro.
I got 2, I believe.
Sign there for the first ordinance.
one of y'all will go up there next if you want.
David, you're next.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on here. And that's an extra, it's on there.
That's for everybody.
That's the equipment replacement.
Now, what is that?
That's like, yeah, this replaces the fire cumulative, equipment replacement, so I would design just for, the 313 for,
3.33 pennies.
well,
So it's the same thing
that's
as
the
the
rate.
gas tax.
That's the rate.
You get to spend it on fireworks. Or the terrorist.
Just the terrace.
Right?
Excuse me. Oh, God.
And that's the.
Kind of, you know, man, so.
Jeremy, thank you so much. Did Joe, when he's done? And then your clerk.
Hit her right in the face. I don't know what Grace did. No, I was a good boy. If they were around, you could ask my grandma and my mom.
These nice for everything. I remember when we were post office.
Here, and then up there.
What was her first?
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Yeah.
Bottom each place, kind of tricky on the last one.
If we had,
How Grayson's gets sent down to the office, and I can tell you, I never got sent to the office.
Is it for talking? I did that.
Although, I'm not sure.
some of us weren't dorms in school.
When I was in school, they would
There were three boys.
and the boys used to stuff.
All right, thank you.
So I was like, oh, that's useless.
I was wrong or something. My best friend went down after him.
All right, Tom, we'll start. And I hope you're not, oh my, you're a rough spot.
An expert.
Yeah, he is.
Kind of picked on these guys.
His cousin works there.
Let's find
The
that
office,
one.
and I was sitting there. Place, and he's like,
Saw your train, babies today, Craig's. Parking at the machine I run is using. I think it's what here. Then when we came back to Arvin for the, be done for the day, they were just getting that new thing that they.
Jason, you're next. Thanks, sir. You good, that was really good.
I think it looked cute. She doesn't.
Those are due. And Mark, you're the next victim.
I make good grades except my citizenship. We used to have citizenship. Do they smoke?
And then Bill, you're after him.
You didn't actually hurt yourself signing in the paper, did you?
I did, look at that. No, I can't fit it.
That's an awful place to have a cat. I've had those before.
It's from me.
It just won't heal, but yeah, right, yeah.
Highway.
I got some stuff. Might be the same thing.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, what that? Seems pretty easy, it's only 3 pages.
Yeah, they were heading out to ride that thing around in the
All
yard.
right.
Had their helmets on.
There.
Lindsay was sitting in there. I said, oh, my mom still had it. House was
Now, I'm giving you a little different than the last one. I'm invoking your authority, the passive power that trustees have as notary. So, there's a lot of hassle in this thing recorded, so I'm going to sign the document twice. For yourself to attest, and then as our notary official. All right, it's too late now, gang. All right. Give me, hopefully 2 minutes. I want to run through and make sure I've got enough of everything. And then, adjourn. So, Jackson to adopt. Jackson to adopt. Tried to break one.
They did, I have a softball. Yeah.
I have four, and you'll like this, I have twins. One right hand and one left hand.
He's right here, no left
Oh, get out of here. That's crazy. That's crazy. We'll get that established.
Oh, man. I sold my little black cobalt to another place on Park. He didn't have it. So we got a little cobalt, I bought that trim, and I got the issue.
Do you know what resolution numbers or ordinance numbers you're up to? Otherwise, I'll send you an email. Same question for you guys.
Sharon.
What resolution numbers you're up to?
This will be our first one of the year.
Ours are ordinances.
So how do you do it? Do you do like 24 dash?
I'll give it to you.
I'll email you. You do like 24-03, 1 and 2, A and B.
Just numerics. We haven't done one for umpteen years.
I'm good. A lot of times I go year, month, and then one, take that. That's how you want to do it. All right, everybody. Welcome to hang out or head out or whatever, but you can adjourn.
If you don't mind, just real quick, wanted to, as a volunteer fire chief and a member of Morgantown Road Fire Department Incorporated, I want to thank the town and township for moving forward with this territory. Thanks for coming to all of our presentations. Thank you for agreeing with us, seeing that we need to do something to provide better fire and EMS coverage, and helping us find a need to better our citizens. And with that, we look forward to growing this department as a territory to be the best we can be for you and the citizens of Morgantown and Jackson Township. So, anything you want to say, Lee?
No, again, thank you. Thanks for And with adjourned, saying thanks for coming tonight, and, we hope to give you the best coverage we can.
Yeah, from FSG standpoint, thank you. And I definitely believe you made the right move for the future. Harvey? Okay.
Folks, there are some snacks out in the bay.
We do have some snacks and refreshments and things. Sounds like this meeting's adjourned.